going on there, YouTube? Back again on the old number 2, trying to tie up some loose ends here. Got the idea I was going to work on the plumbing here for the turbo. Just, you know, trying to tidy up all these loose ends so it's complete. It's not 100% true to scale because 1, I don't have a radiator, and 2, I don't have an intercooler. So I'm going to pipe the turbo directly into the intake. Just run without an intercooler. I've got some 3/16 steel brake line, and I found some scraps from a roll bar I built a long time ago, and I'm piecing together pipe. Let me get you a closer look. Here's what I've got so far. I like the brake line because the color, the coating, it's got that rubberized coating on it that's kind of military green, just adds another depth to the detail. And I've got 2 pieces here. Now this bend is really hard to do. That is the smallest bend that my tubing bender could make. So I think it works. I didn't have a piece long enough to make it all out of one piece. So I've got this other rod somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, it's way over there. I've used a small piece of steel rod that fit nice and snug inside of that. And I just put a drop of super glue, shoved it in. Put a drop of glue on the other end, shoved it in that, and we'll put, I'm trying to find some shrink tube big enough. I think that's going to be too small. The only other stuff I've got is giant. So, had a dog incident a while ago. Most of my shrink tube got chewed up, so may have to find some different size somewhere. But I'm going to put like a coupling here. I'm going to put some around here and up at the turbo. And yeah, hopefully, I'm not sure yet about, because I've got an input, the water pump has an output, and then I've got this up here for coolant line. I just don't know what to do with that since I don't have I don't have a radiator, and there's no room because that fan is just so big. So not sure yet about that. I'm gonna do one step at a time here. So I have drilled out the intake and the turbo the same size as the inside of the 3/16 brake line. So I plan on attaching it that way for strength. I'm going to shove the steel rod through both pieces and glue them, and then I'm going to put shrink tube on the outside to help secure it. And hopefully, it's going to be tricky up here because of the bend. I can't get a whole lot in there, but I am prepared to do the same thing there. So this is a larger size than the turbo, which is kind of silly. You think they would bend at least the same diameter. So I'm going to have to, I'd probably use some electrical tape and just kind of fatten this end up a little bit and then put shrink tube over it. It'll look like an expansion coupling or something. So I don't know. I'm going to keep tinkering with it and we'll see what I can come up with. Alright guys, so it's on. I didn't glue it yet. It actually kind of just pops right into place. It's wedged between the turbo and the intake. It's really, I can pick up the whole truck with it. It ain't going anywhere. Worked out kind of well. If it does come off, I'll throw a little glue in both ends, but if it works, it works. I didn't have any shrink tubing. I tried stretching the small tubing out, so I ended up just using electrical tape. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more weathering. I'm kind of on the fence about wrapping the exhaust now. Just not sure. I've got these strips that I cut and tried to dye. I may wrap those a little bit and see what it looks like, see if I can get them to stay on. So I'm going to do a little bit more finish work and we'll take another look. Alright guys, so I tried to do the smoke on the side. It didn't quite come out as good as I'd hoped. I'm running out of product. I'm out of black pigment, so I was scraping the bottom of the barrel. I tried it wet with the pigment binder first and it just was too wet. So I got most of it off and then I went back with the dry brush and just the black pigment, what I could scrape out of the bottle. Got a little bit better look, a little dry, tarry, smoky look. So it's going to work for now until I run across some other product to try to make it look a little bit more realistic. It doesn't hide the number completely, which is good. It's not quite the right shape. I was just having a hard time getting it to do what I wanted. So we can always come back and work on it again in a little while. I need to let that dry good before I move on anyway. So there's the intake. Looks pretty good. I just hit it with a little bit of black wash, and I tried wrapping the pipe. My little stuff just didn't look good. It fit, it worked well, but it just didn't look good. It was that ace bandage was too stretchy. So once you stretched it out, it lost its texture and it didn't look like a heat wrap. So back to the drawing board on that. But I've got lots of good ideas from you guys in the comment section and on Facebook and Instagram. So I've got lots of things to explore. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.